The moment you cross $100,000, something shifts. Not in your bank account, in your brain. And it is nothing like what you expect. Most people think crossing $100,000 will make them feel wealthy. It won't. But what actually happens is far more powerful than feeling wealthy. In our last video, we broke down why 95% of people never get here. Today, we're talking about what happens to the 5% who do. My name is Nick, and I study the mechanics of wealth building, the psychology, the math, and the patterns nobody talks about. Subscribe if you want to understand money differently, because by the end of this video, you'll understand the real reward of $100,000. And it has almost nothing to do with the money itself. Let's start with the math, because the math is genuinely exciting. $100,000 invested at 8% annual returns generates $8,000 per year. That's $667 every single month. That's $22 per day appearing in your account while you sleep, without you doing a single thing. Now think about what it took to get there. Saving your first $10,000 probably took months, maybe longer. It felt slow. It felt hard. But here's what changes at $100,000. Your money now earns its own next $10,000 in about 15 months. All by itself. All by itself. You are no longer the only one working for your financial future. You now have a second version of yourself, one that never sleeps, never gets tired, never asks for a raise. That second version is your money. And $100,000 is the moment it becomes powerful enough to matter. This is not the destination. This is the machine turning on. So what actually changes in your daily life? First, you stop checking your bank account in fear. Most people open their banking app with a knot in their stomach. After $100,000, that knot is gone. Second, financial decisions completely change. You stop asking, "Can I afford this?" You start asking, "Is this worth the opportunity cost?" That is a fundamentally different human being making fundamentally different choices. Third, your relationship with your job changes forever. When you need every paycheck to survive, you are trapped. Every unreasonable demand, every toxic manager, every opportunity you couldn't take, all of it, because you needed the next paycheck more than they needed you. $100,000 ends that. You could walk away and survive for years. And here's the thing. You often don't even need to use it. Just knowing it's there changes everything about how you show up. But here's the shift that nobody prepares you for. It's not financial. It's not mathematical. It happens inside your brain. And it changes how you see literally everything around you. Psychologists have a name for what happens to the brain under financial stress: survival mode. When money is scarce, your brain operates in a completely different cognitive state. It cannot think long-term. It cannot evaluate opportunities objectively. It can only manage the immediate threat. Research from Vanguard found that people with just $2,000 in emergency savings had financial well-being scores 21% higher than those with nothing. $2,000. That was the largest boost linked to any single financial factor they measured. Now imagine what $100,000 does. Your brain exits survival mode completely, and it enters what researchers call growth mode. In survival mode, you take the first job offer because you can't afford to wait. In growth mode, you negotiate. You evaluate. you walk away from bad deals. In survival mode, you say yes to things you don't want because you need the money. In growth mode, you say no without guilt. Every single decision you make in growth mode is measurably better than the same decision made in survival mode. Let me give you a concrete example. Two people, same job, same manager who is unreasonable and refuses to give raises. Person A has $4,000 in savings. Person B has $100,000 in savings. Person A says nothing and stays. They cannot afford to do otherwise. Person B walks into the same meeting differently. Calmer, more direct, less afraid. And that energy, that unshakable calm that comes from knowing you could walk away, is the most powerful negotiating tool that exists. Now, let's talk about what happens to the money itself, because this is where it gets genuinely exciting. Your first $100,000 took you, let's say, about 8 years at $500 per month with 8% returns. Your second $100,000? 5.5 years. Same contributions, same return rate, but your money is now doing more of the work. Your third $100,000? 4 years. By the time you reach $400,000, your portfolio generates $32,000 per year automatically. That's nearly $600 every single week without lifting a finger. And the acceleration never stops. At $500,000, $40,000 per year. At $750,000, $60,000 per year. At $1 million, $80,000 per year. Generated automatically, every year, forever. The first $100,000 is the hardest milestone you will ever hit. Every milestone after that gets faster. This is not motivational speaking. This is math. The snowball is real, and $100,000 is when it finally starts rolling on its own. But here's what changes beyond the math. You start seeing opportunities that were always there, but you couldn't access before. A friend starts a business and needs investors. Before, interesting idea, move on. After $100,000, you can actually consider it. A career opportunity requires moving cities. Before, too risky, can't afford the gap. After $100,000, you have the runway to try. This is what wealthy people mean when they say money goes to money. It's not cosmic, it's not luck. Having money gives you options, and options create more opportunities to make money. Here's something I want you to sit with for a moment, because this is the part that took me the longest to truly understand about money. And once you see it, you'll realize the $100,000 milestone was never really about the money. The real reward of $100,000 is not the investment returns. It's not even the financial security, though all of that is real.
No.
The real reward is this. You permanently change your relationship with fear. Fear of losing your job? Gone. You have runway. You have options. The worst case is now manageable. Fear of unexpected expenses? Gone. Car breaks down. Medical bill arrives. Rent goes up. Inconvenient. Not catastrophic. Fear of missing opportunities? Gone. You can now say yes to things that the previous version of you had to walk away from. Research consistently shows that people with significant financial buffers make measurably better decisions in every area of life. In every area of life. Not just money decisions. Career decisions.
relationship decisions, health decisions. Because the cognitive bandwidth that was consumed by financial fear is now free.
And the final number I want to leave you with, $100,000 invested today at 8%, with just $500 per month continued, becomes $1,240,000 in 30 years. Over $1 million. From $100,000 and $500 per month, the machine is already running.
You don't just cross $100,000. You become someone different on the other side of it. Someone whose brain has exited survival mode, maybe for the first time in their adult life. Someone who sees opportunities instead of threats. Someone who negotiates from strength instead of desperation. If you're not there yet, now you know exactly what you're building toward.
Reach your true destination.
Not a number. A version of yourself that is free from financial fear. If you just crossed it, welcome. The game has fundamentally changed. Subscribe, because every week I break down exactly how this machine works, the compound math, the psychology, the patterns that separate the 5% from everyone else. And drop a comment below. Where are you right now on your journey? $10,000? $50,000? Already past 100K? Let me know. I read every single one.